Good day, I'm Stacey Ann Smith, and this is your JIS news for Wednesday, June 3. Government is to resume wage negotiations with the Police Federation this Friday. This comes after reports that rank-and-file police began industrial action Monday to protest the government's offer of a 6.5% increase in Year 1 and 5.5% in Year 2. That would include a 3.5% increment paid to members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force each year. On Tuesday, Minister with responsibility for the Public Service Horace Daly wrote to the Federation and formally invited the executive back to the negotiating table. The minister strongly recommended that all industrial action be discontinued, allowing for the industrial relations process to continue. The Minister of National Security and all relevant representatives of his ministry and the JCF will be in attendance at Friday's meeting. In the meantime, Minister Bunting has sought to assure the nation that measures are in place to ensure national security.
Contingency measures have been put in place to mitigate the impact of the protest action, including the increased use of JDF personnel in support of the police. We will continue to strengthen these contingencies even as we appeal to the Police Federation to end its protest action and return to the negotiations.
Meanwhile, the injunction barring rank-and-file police from continuing any form of industrial action remains in effect. Government obtained the injunction from the Supreme Court Tuesday night against the executive and all members of the Jamaica Police Federation. It mandates police personnel who are withholding their services by way of sick-out to report for work as and when scheduled. Attorney General Patrick Atkinson says failure to comply with the Supreme Court order will result in them being in contempt of court and liable to have their assets confiscated. The injunction is in effect for 28 days and the Supreme Court will revisit the matter on June 18 at 10 a.m. The Ministry of Health says its preparations are well advanced to deal with the threat of the Zika virus if and when it reaches Jamaica. Portfolio Minister Dr. Fenton Ferguson says the experience of dealing with the chikungunya virus has allowed for this improved level of preparedness.
Since that time, we are not just meeting, but we have now prepared the clinical management. We have prepared the lab response. We have and working on the communication strategy. We are well on our way in terms of preparation.
The Health Minister was speaking at a national workshop for preparedness and response to the threat of the Zika virus. The workshop was the first in a series of training activities by the ministry to address integrated vector control and the Zika virus specifically. Minister Ferguson pointed out that if the Zika virus gets to Jamaica, a fairly large amount of persons may be impacted, as the disease would be new to this population, although it has been around elsewhere since 1948. He says an integrated approach is being taken to include social mobilization, community participation and ongoing education. Permanent Secretary Dr. Kevin Harvey chairs the committee managing the process. Committee members have been meeting weekly since the May 7 alert issued by the Pan American Health Organization. Government has signed a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with bauxite company Jamalco to provide land titles to over 1,500 people on the company's resettlement program. The MOU was signed last Friday. Land Minister Robert Pickersgill says it's an important step towards addressing an issue that has caused much distress to both the bauxite companies and the persons who are to be resettled.
It is a commendable start in addressing the perennial challenges that landowners have experienced in obtaining titles over the years, as well as resolving tenure issues affecting lands that Jamalco has acquired from landowners as far back as in the 1970s.
Under the MOU, the Land Administration and Management Program will provide technical support to the bauxite company to prepare the land titles for the affected residents. The Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries is reminding farmers to practice climate-smart farming methods as they seek to boost agriculture production.
Use the waste from your ground provision to start a compost heap, which you can use to fertilize your fruits and vegetables in your backyard garden.
The RADA CEO was delivering an address on behalf of Portfolio Minister Derek Kelly at the 2015 staging of AgroFest. He said government was helping farmers to adapt to climate change by allocating $2.9 million to help them set up rainwater harvesting and irrigation systems. And finally, Environment Minister Robert Pickersgill says Jamaicans need to adopt better waste management practices to help preserve the environment.
Waste management is everybody's business, including the role that the government is mandated to play. All products must be properly managed throughout their life cycle, from the point of manufacture and distribution to the point of use, reuse, recycling, recovery, or disposal.
The minister was speaking on Sunday at a church service to launch National Environment Awareness Week. The week is being observed from May 31 to June 6 under the theme Our Planet Consume with Care. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stacey Ann Smith. Thanks for watching.